Watch. We're here with John Scully, the Iceman. What did you think of Mayweather Pacquiao? Were you in the building?
I was not.
Okay.
But I watched it. I watched it, and people are mad that it wasn't a great fight. And I'm saying, have you ever watched Floyd fight in your life? What did you think at 38 that he was going to become Arturo Gatti? He did what he does. That's what you paid for. You paid for him to do what he does, and he did what he does, and he won it. I think Manny wasn't used to missing that much and getting countered as sharply as he was, and that just shows you what it does to people. You know, when you're in there and you're missing and getting caught back, you're not willing to be as aggressive as you normally are, and that was the fight in a nutshell.
People don't give Floyd enough credit for being a fighter because, you know, we see the persona, we see what he does in the ring finesse, but, you know, he's always said, people, I'm a fighter, I've been fighting my whole life. Do you think people don't give him enough credit? Like we saw with the Cotto fight.
I think I really bring it down to ignorance. You know, I think it's easier to appreciate a guy like Mike Tyson, who was very exciting. It's easier to appreciate a guy like Manny Pacquiao. It was very exciting because they go for it. They go for the gusto. They go for the knockout. But when you're truly really effective, it tends to be boring because you're so good. Somebody like Vladimir Klitschko is really effective because it's boring. Somebody like Floyd Mayweather is really effective. Sometimes it's boring. When you're so good, you eliminate the exciting factor of it because there's nothing to think about, nothing to worry about for the fans. Like, oh man, what's going to happen now? So I think they can't understand that, and ignorance can never understand. You know, I give people the example of me with art. You know, you take me to an art museum, I look at a splattered paint on a wall. To me, it looks like somebody took a paint bucket they bought at Home Depot and just threw it against the wall, and you tell me it's worth $1 million.
You're not alone.
I can't appreciate that. I'm ignorant to the art. I'm ignorant to that fact, and I'll admit I'm ignorant to it. I think too many boxing fans don't realize how ignorant they are. Too many people in the media center, in the media, don't realize how ignorant they are. You know, they consider themselves experts because they watch a fight every week. There's literally people in media, people in boxing, fans that have watched boxing 30, 40 years and wasted their whole life. Like, you've been watching something, you don't even have a clue what you're watching. I don't even know how that's possible. Like, dude, I would have quit a long time ago. If I was watching something that I didn't understand, like golf or something, like I don't understand golf, I quit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it, so I quit. You know? Like, how do you watch something for years on top of years and have no clue what you're watching? Not only you should be ashamed of yourself, go get another hobby, dude, because this ain't for you. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, I think that comes down to the non-appreciation of Floyd Mayweather and his boxing style. You don't have to like the guy for what he does or what he says or who he is and whatnot, but as far as on a pure boxing standpoint, no, Floyd Mayweather is very good, and there's a lot of things that people don't pick up on.
So 5-10 years from now, will we remember him differently? Will things change? Because right now we criticize him. I'm sure Sugar Ray Leonard got criticized in his day, but
like Lennox Lewis.
Yeah, 5-10 years from now, will we appreciate, finally be like, man, we miss Floyd?
I think Floyd will probably be appreciated more when he's gone, but I don't think he'll ever be appreciated the way he should. You know, like he's probably gonna. I'll tell you, Saturday night he's probably going to beat Manny Pacquiao pretty easily, and then it'll probably be something else that people will come up with to complain about him. So, unfortunately, Floyd is almost enslaved to the fact that people just are never going to understand his style fully. People want to see you get up off the canvas. People want to see you in trouble. People want to see you have to overcome adversity. Floyd has overcome adversity. It's just been subtle adversity. You know, he has never had to get up off the canvas or been behind on the scorecards like Ray Leonard. You know, with Ray Leonard, it wasn't so subtle. It was very much in front of your eyes, and Ray Leonard proved it. That's how amazing Ray Leonard was as a fighter, and we appreciate it because he proved it. I think Floyd Mayweather's the things he's had to overcome have been very subtle. You know, there's been moments in fights, you know, in the Miguel Cotto fight, the Marcos Maidana fight, even the Jose Luis Castillo fight in the rematch. Those are subtle moments where he's going through a tough time in the ring, but the way he's overcoming it is so subtle that you can't appreciate what the mental capacity that he's got in there, and the fact that he's subtly turning it around, and how hard that is. Because maybe you're not seeing blood, or maybe you're not seeing him get up off the canvas, get up off his ass off the canvas, but he's suffering in that moment, and he's got to turn things around, but he's subtly doing it. So the ignorant person will never understand how subtly he's doing it and still being effective. And you got to give him credit, because subtle doesn't mean it's not happening. It just means it's happening and you don't understand it's happening.
What do you mean? Easy work.
Easy work?
Told you it's going to be easy work. Manny Pacquiao's not a boxer.
Were you surprised at how many people were kind of booing the fact that Floyd won?
I'm never surprised at the human mind's inability to process perfection. I'm never amazed. The human mind processes trial, tribulation, obstacle. When it's functioning in that manner, when it feels like it has to fight, then it feels like it's alive. But to actually process perfection, how do you do that? How do you process perfection? When you're done with a math problem and you get it right, it's over. There's nothing else to do. And that's the problem with Floyd. There's nothing else to do but celebrate it and appreciate it.
Do you think that performance kind of silenced the critics?
Listen, when you're on top, there's never any silence. You always hear the murmurs and the roars and the chatter from the bottom. There's never any silence.
I don't really know. I think it's just me being outspoken. People hate people that's, people don't like people that believe in themselves. People like people that's unsure, because most people are unsure, and I'm not unsure. I'm just a person that believes in his skills and believes in my God-given ability.